everyone. I'm Walter the Film Hermit, and this is the next part of my Paramount 4K slipcover editions that I have in my collection. Don't want to forget, if you like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel so much. So going through my slipcovers, I've got the Mission Impossible franchise starring Tom Cruise. Believe it or not, this franchise started in 1996. I remember because I've seen all these at the theater, but I saw these at the theater back when I lived in Fresno, the first one. So this is the first Mission Impossible. I love original posters, but I have to admit the new design that they made, I like. I'm gonna do something different because since I'm not taking these plastic protectors off, I'm gonna try to hold these at the best possible angles so they're not getting the glare. There we go. So that's Mission Impossible 1. This one's directed by Brian De Palma. So, Christopher McQuarrie is the director of the last couple of Mission Impossible films. And he had mentioned how pretty much every Mission Impossible has a different director. He's the first director to ever direct more than one. So he said that he's tried to use his directing style to change his style up each time he makes a film for that very reason. So he did Mission Impossible, the 5th Mission Impossible, and he did the 6th one, Fallout, and he's also doing 7 and 8. All right, and then this is Mission Impossible 2. This one's directed by John Woo. People say that this is the worst one, which I agree to that, but I still like this movie. It's a lot of fun. And John Woo, for a while when I was younger, was one of my favorite directors from Hong Kong, actually. This is Mission Impossible 3. This one is directed by J.J. Abrams, which for a while was my favorite until the 5th one came out. And then we have Mission Impossible 4. This one is directed by Brad Bird. Brad Bird was the director of The Incredibles. I think this was like either one of or his first live action film. And then we have Mission Impossible 5, which is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Now, if I remember correctly, they didn't actually call this Mission Impossible 4. They just called it Ghost Protocol. But they put MI4 on the packaging just so they don't get mixed up, MI5, so forth. So look at that one again. Great. So we already went over Fallout. I double dipped on that one. I had a slipcover and I had a steelbook for that one because I was really excited when that movie came out. And then this is the pearl of my collection. No joke. This is the Transformers 5 movie collection. I was a big Transformers fan when I was a kid. Not the biggest fan of these movies, but there's certain elements of them that I like. But overall, I think they're pretty bad. I waited for this to go on sale so I can spend the minimal amount of money for this. This one, I believe there's no Blu-rays in there, but I had the Blu-rays already. It's just the 4K editions. But it's all 5 of the movies except for Bumblebee. So if you don't have any of the movies on 4K and you want them, this is probably the best deal to get all of them together. It's a kind of a thicker package. Let me try to get a glare on that as well. And then another bad one. Snake Eyes. Another attempt at Paramount trying to do a G.I. Joe film, which I had people tell me that this movie is actually pretty good. And it's not as bad as the other G.I. Joes, but it's still pretty bad. I like Henry Golding a lot, but it wasn't good, in my opinion. I don't remember if I got this on sale or not. I think I decided to get it because I wanted to watch it and I wanted to complete my Paramount collection, so I just bit the bullet and got it. So Snake Eyes with Henry Golding. This one I double dipped on because I got the steelbook about 3 weeks ago for really, really cheap. Classic movie, It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed. This is a movie they pretty much play every single Christmas. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely check it out because it is a movie that stands the test of time. This movie was made in the 40s. It's one of those movies that when it originally came out, the critics kind of said it was terrible. And then over time, they realized how special and wonderful it is. But really great movie. I think I've watched this disc once. This is one of the few black and white films I have on 4K. A black and white can do a really good job with high dynamic range and with 4K. So especially a movie that's shot on film like this one. So It's a Wonderful Life. It's a classic. And I just got this movie in the mail today. This is Allied with Brad Pitt, and I don't want to mess up her name, Marion Cotillard. She's actually from The Dark Knight Rises. She's in a lot of other movies too. She's also in Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. But I watched this movie once. I thought it was pretty good. I found this on eBay with a slipcover, and it was the same price they were selling for on Amazon. So it didn't have a digital copy anymore, but I didn't care. This movie is one of the first movies that Paramount ever put on 4K, so there's no way I'm going to find a slipcover for this. And I think, and I never see it in stores anymore. Target, Walmart, Best Buy, once a movie gets to a certain age, they just don't carry it in the store anymore. So this was a good get on eBay. So whoever sold that to me, thank you very much. I definitely appreciated that. And a classic that I haven't had time to watch yet, The 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston. Now, I bought this on Blu-ray, and it's a really long movie, and I hadn't gone around to watching it, but I definitely want to watch it now because I heard this transfer is absolutely amazing. This is from the 1950s, shot on film. Everything I've read is it looks perfect on 4K. I talked about how I watched My Fair Lady recently. They were saying that My Fair Lady and this one were some of the best 4Ks to come out. I think last year this came out, so I'm really excited to find the time to sit down and watch this. Another jewel of my collection, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Used to love G.I. Joe when I was a kid. I saw this at the theater when it came out. I think this came out in about 2009. And I absolutely hated it. And after some time had passed by, I decided maybe I could watch and just laugh at it. I played it for like 5-10 minutes and I couldn't stand it, couldn't turn it off. I remember, and this isn't really fair, but I never really liked Channing Tatum much as an actor. But funny story, I heard him once on Howard Stern, and he was talking about this movie, and he just flat out said that he fucking hates this movie. And when he said that, I started laughing. And from that moment on, I actually like the guy now. It was a really good interview. He talks about how he was kind of forced to do it because of a contract and he really didn't want to do it. And he was so honest and real. I was like, yeah, this guy's pretty cool. He's in a new movie called Dog, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It didn't get good reviews, but I'll watch it anyway. Guy hates this movie, so he's good in my book. So I'm going to set that down here. And Tom Cruise classic, Days of Thunder. This one came out, I believe, in 1990, and it was always one of my favorites. It's a NASCAR racing movie with Tom Cruise. Critics used to nail it back in the 90s, saying that it was this Top Gun with cars, but it's a good movie. It's a lot of fun. The actor that plays Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy, and because it's late at night, I'm just blanking on his name. I'm going to put it here in the text here. I'm usually better with names. It's just, it's after midnight and I'm recording videos and I'm super tired. He's actually in this movie as well, and he's really, really young in it. And he's really, really good in this movie too. Nicole Kidman's in this as well. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it out. This is a really great transfer as well. They did a Paramount Presents release of this the same time this disc came out. And I'm like, the Paramount's Present release was only, it was only Blu-ray. So I'm like, why am I going to buy Blu-ray when I can get a 4K? And there's no Blu-ray in this edition, just the 4K and the digital, and that was adequate for me. Horror classic, the original Scream. Now, this came out on Steelbook as well, but I didn't order the Steelbook because the slipcover looks so nice and the Steelbook looked nice. I couldn't decide which one I wanted, and before I could decide, Steelbooks were gone. So months later, I ended up just getting the slipcover. I know some people were saying they were going to get both, but I can't double dip on everything. But this is a classic. I saw this in 1996 at the theater. Loved it from the moment I saw it. I actually like all the Scream movies, but this, of course, is the best one. And we got Escape from LA with Kurt Russell. One of the best trailers of all time, not one of the best movies. This disc apparently needs a replacement, and I've already emailed Paramount about it. I forget what's wrong with it. There's some type of error, I think, with the soundtrack or something. A lot of discs lately have been having errors. So I got an email back from Paramount, said they were getting a lot of emails, and they'll get back to me in a couple weeks with a response. So hopefully we'll hear something soon. So I haven't even watched this disc yet. I haven't seen this movie in years. It's not a great movie, but there's a lot of things about it that I like, even though it's kind of cheesy. The original's better. And this is one I double dipped on. This is A Quiet Place with Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. I remember I saw this the weekend it came out. And this was like a sleeper hit. Like, it did well, but it did better as it was out. And I remember I would try to describe this movie to people, and they just really didn't understand what I was talking about. And they almost got scared when I was describing it. and they just had to see it to really understand what I was talking about. This is a really great film. This is actually directed by John Krasinski as well. He directed the second one, and I'm not sure if they're going to do a third one. They most likely will, because the film is very, very popular. Where I think we're all hoping that he's going to be in a Fantastic Four movie, but, you know, we'll see. So, something I was waiting for a long, long time is Star Trek on 4K. This is the first 4 Star Trek movies. I think I did a review of this earlier on in my channel if you want to take a look at it. Not really crazy about this artwork, but I don't really care. I'm just glad that we finally got it out. It would have been nice to get some steelbooks, but then it would have costed more. But I guess at least we got Blu-rays with this edition. Out of the first 4 movies, of course, Star Trek 2 is my favorite. But I like all 4 of these movies, so I grew up with these movies. It's great to finally have them 4K. And they look fantastic, because for years people complained about the Blu-rays and said they hated them. So to finish up here, the last couple ones I have is the Addams Family, which I have not. I've seen this movie when I was a kid, when it came out, but I haven't watched this 4K. It's supposed to look fantastic. This is shot on film as well. Be curious to revisit that one. And this is the new Pet Sematary, which I did see at the theater, and I really liked it. I don't remember if it's better than the original, because I haven't seen the original for a long, long time. But for what they did and what they changed, I thought it was pretty good. But a lot of people, you know, this is too heavy for them, but I liked it. And the original Top Gun, and we're going to get the sequel in a few weeks. Can't wait to see it. I'm not crazy about the slipcover. It's okay, but they just re-released this on Blu-ray, and it's got the original poster on the Blu-ray slipcover. I would have preferred that. The poster, the one that has him on there and Kelly McGillis on there. That's the iconic image I always associate with the movie, but this is okay. And also my last one, Annihilation. This was a Best Buy exclusive when it first came out. I saw this at the theater, and everyone always rants and raves how great this movie is. And I didn't really like it all that much. But I want to give it another chance, because, you know, sometimes a movie comes out and people rave how great it is, and then you watch it and you just don't see it. A lot of times I'm like, you know, maybe I missed something. I'm going to watch it one more time. So I ended up picking it up, because it has a lot of actors I like in it. Like Tessa Thompson's in it, Natalie Portman's in it, Oscar Isaac's in it. I'm going to give it one more chance. And this director, Alex Garland, that's his name. He has a new movie right now called Men that looked interesting. But I'm going to give this another chance. But when I saw it at the theater, I was really confused, and I didn't really know what I watched, and it wasn't crazy about it. But one day, I'll give it another chance. So that's Annihilation. And I'm going to cut, we're about 13 minutes. I'm going to cut this video into the next part. Again, if you like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel so much. Thank you all for watching. You guys have a great day.